Zulu. All praises to the Most High. Family, I want to just share a scenario that was dropped in my spirit. So let me give a disclaimer. Any names that are being used is merely fictitious. And if there's any coincidence or sounds familiar, is only by coincidence. Hallelujah. So let's start. The grandchild goes to grandma and says, Grandma, Miss Neidhart wants you to make her a sweet potato pie. So grandma smiles and she said, Tell Miss Karen I will make it for her. She'll get it on Saturday evening. So grandma makes 4 pies and she calls the grandchild and sends the grandchild to Miss Neidhart, Miss Karen, with 2 pies. The grandchild comes back and she gives grandma the money for the pies. So the grandchild says, Grandma, she asked for 1 pie. Why did you give two? And she said, Well, because Miss Karen's husband loves the pie so much that he said 1 pie is his and the other belongs to the family. And they laugh. So the child says, You know, Grandma, your pies are so good. And I hope that one day that I can make sweet potato pies that will taste as good as yours. And grandma says, One day, child, you will. Just keep living, you will. So the grandchild says, Grandma, I wonder. First question, how do you make your pies so good? And grandma smiles and she said, It's family tradition. It's been passed down through generations. And she said, Wow. The grandchild said, Wow, that is awesome. I really want to know that tradition. I want to know. And grandma said, One day you will. You will. And she said, Well, grandma, I know you said that it's family tradition. And Miss Johnson and Miss Anderson asked for the recipe and you gave it to them, but they're not family. And grandma smiled and she said, You one day will understand who family is. And she says, See, this recipe that I learned was passed down not only from my grandma, but from a very good friend of grandma as well. And the child looked and said, But that person, that good friend, was not family. And grandma smiled again and she said, Keep living. You will understand who family is. So the grandchild said, Now, Miss Karen asked for the ingredients, but you didn't give it to her. And she said, No. She said, As I said, you will understand and know who family is. And she said, Do you remember the greens that Miss Tasha cooked? And the grandchild said, Oh, yes, those greens are so good. And she said, Yeah, they are. They are delicious. She said, Well, Miss Tasha shared her recipe with Miss Karen. And you ever taste Miss Karen's greens? And the grandchild, she said, I did. And she said, I don't like them. But she shared her recipe. Miss Tasha shared her recipe with Miss Neidhart. And she said, Yes, she did. She said, It did not taste the same, did it? No, it didn't. She said, understand, my child. When you share something that is tradition outside of family, it will not turn out right. It will be messed up. It could be or will be corrupted. It will not be the same. And she said, the grandchild said, well, Miss Tasha asked you for the recipe too. And grandma said, did I give it to Miss Tasha? And she said, no. And she said, I'll tell you why. Again, you know who family is. See, as you live and you continue to pray, talk to Nzambi, and ask him to open your eyes, he'll begin to open your eyes. He will allow you to see who family is. And as you see and come to learn who family is, then you'll know who you can trust and who you can pass traditions down to. And the grandchild looked at grandma and said, that's something. And grandma said, yes, keep living. You'll understand. And as I said, one day, I too will give the recipe to you. And your pies will taste just like mine. So here's the thing, what belongs to us, our traditions, we must keep amongst us. They're not to be shared. If they're shared outside of family, they will be corrupted. So this samba is going to be our discussion. And I will upload the video as a premiere on Sunday. If you wish to participate in the discussion, please leave a comment and I will send you my email address and give you the information. We must keep what is ours within our family. All right? Love you all. Hallelujah. Exactly. Exactly. And Mbote to you. Love you all. Y'all be increased in Geta.